Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Songwoven, the Blackguards Gallery. Welcome, welcome back to this very fun edition of the Blackguards Gallery. Everything's gonna be completely a-okay. I am your super humble narrator, I guess, Tim Dontran.
Yes. You are. There's no guessing.
I am factually your narrator, Tim Dontran, and of course with me is our ever wonderful, ever present, almighty Motley Crew. Say ahoy, Motley Crew!
Ahoy! Ahoy! Crew!
As you can tell, the atmosphere is super tense. Everyone is super scared. You can see it on everyone. No one's happy. There are no smiles anywhere. Gosh. So just giving everyone a heads up, a bit of a warning at the very top of this episode, and we are going to pin this in the stream chat. That there is the beginning of this session is going to be a little intense. I have spoken with my players, and and consent is king at a table, and so everything occurring here is at the express consent of my players. I'm not going to surprise them, but if you, the viewer, feel uncomfortable in any sort of way with the beginning of this episode, I encourage you to turn the stream off, take a break, and come back later. You have to take care of yourself. Above all. Oh,
that
man.
applies for our narrator too.
No, yeah, it does.
Yes,
absolutely.
It
does. With that said, do we have any announcements at the top of the show? I don't believe we do.
We're in this together.
With that said, we're going to go ahead and do a really quick recap. In the very last session of the Blackguards Gallery, our motley crew here continued their discussions with Captain John, whom they found out to be a beholder, and the quote-unquote pirate captain of the Eternal Smile. Further discussions have lended to them knowing that John has a common enemy with Brando Caligaris, the vice admiral of the Leviathan Legion's navy. In this discussion, Captain John accidentally has seemed to reveal an aspect about Zachariah, that he's quote unquote not alive and quote unquote a floating bundle of memories, quote unquote. To which Zachariah is like, huh? Which fools everyone, I guess. I'm just kidding. But in this, Captain John has agreed to assist the Blackguards, about to do a one beholder assault on the on Brando's compound, to seemingly give the Blackguards an edge over the race to Hanlusa. In going back to the ship. The crew members tended to their uncertainties in the future, and attempted to further solidify their plans. In this, there was a lot of affirmation, a lot of finding comfort in each other. Even though times are extremely stressful, we social creatures, they find comfort and love and warmth in one another. Which capitalizes with our dear Captain Aura and Hiljan, sharing a moment with one another, onto which they will spend the rest of their times as a tribute to how they absolutely complete each other. Later, I guess, because after speaking with Hiljan, after speaking with Jasper, Hiljan had his attention brought to a certain event going on in the barge where a mysterious circle has seemed to appear. This was later to be revealed as a ploy set by a group of 4 vanishers very, very long time veteran members, deckhands of the Blackguards. Nellie, who was one of them, who has been there for 8 years out of the Blackguards' 10-year tenure, seem to have finally committed themselves to a plan, and after paralyzing Hiljan, whisked him away to another place. This area Hiljan would find is a dark, damp room somewhere in an era, and revealing himself to him after tying Hiljan down to a chair and restraining him is Winfeld Lordigan, longtime enemy of the Blackguards, the arch nemesis of Hiljan and Captain Aura, and the reason why Captain Aura currently has no tongue. And the admiral of the Anarian's navy. With that said, who's ready? Yay! Oh gosh, I keep thinking back to Kendra on episode 2 and the last episode where she was just completely staring at the camera. This is terrible. Oh goodness. I
drank after that session, so thanks.
That's a fine. Oh gosh. So, let me drink a little bit of water before we get into this. How's everyone doing?
Do it.
The
Drink.
music.
Ready.
The music is
Amazing.
amazing.
Hiljan, your body is tense. You feel your muscles have seized up, hardened completely. Yet on the very deepest depths of your muscle, you feel it burning, almost screaming on the inside. Instincts dictate that you have to do something. When someone feels pain, they squeeze it, they scratch at it, they do anything to offer relief. But you can't move your body. You can't even blink. Your eyes are wide open as you watch this man, this elf, Winfeld Lordigan, the same as you saw him last. A large, faded scar across the bridge of his nose, faded, sort of amber hair tied in a ponytail behind him. As he walks up to you, leaning down, placing both of his hands on the armrests of the chair, just next to your wrist. Allow me to clear up a misconception you might have had from our last encounter. You didn't survive. You marinated. I needed you to live, Hiljan. I needed you to frolic, to be merry, to love and to be loved, so that you can become the important pillar that you are. So that when I finally take you down, that rancorous foundation all falls with it. Tell me, Hiljan. He stands up, looking you dead in the eye, and by this point you can feel feeling return to the outer parts of your arm, to the inner parts of your chest, burning, but feeling. As he slowly unbuckles a knife from his hip, and he holds it up to you, and he begins to unsheath it. The silvery gleam of this very sharp knife, acting as a mirror to you. He holds the knife for a moment, and he just goes, Tell me when you feel this. Then we can really continue. As he cuts a narrow red line on the top of your hand. You don't feel it yet, but your eye twitches. You want to blink. At this point, there's a knock on the door. Yes. Opening the door, you see a woman, a tiefling, a white tiefling woman, someone who looks much strikingly like Daphne, actually. Open the door, and you see that there's another man, another half-orc man, behind. Someone who looks someone who looks a bit like Clarence. Just goes, Admiral. Just, the Vanishers are asking for permission to unbox the wyvern poison. You have my permission. Just, you have further clearance to use the purple worm poison. Yes, sir. She gives a nod to the half-orc, who steps back, nods, and starts walking away. As the white tiefling woman enters into the room, she closes the door behind her. She's currently holding onto what seems to be a crystal ball. And you see Wenfeld just go ahead, start. She just maneuvers to the side of the room, out of your view, and she begins to chant something. Something very familiar set of words. Daphne's been chanting this for the past few days. Detect magic. By this point, you feel the ebbs and flow of your hot blood begin to ooze out of the wound on the top of your hand. And you blink. And you feel your voice building up inside of you, ready to come out once again. Wenfeld looks at you. Is there anything you want to say, Islwyn?
First thing that would have happened is as soon as Hiljan felt paralyzed and was transported, he would have cast Detect Poison. So he could identify the poison, also allowing him to be able to sense the poison in the vicinity of 30 feet around him. So he could feel the familiarity of it for future reference. As soon as he was in the new room, he would take in whatever is within his sight and trying to absorb all the information that he can about where he is sitting, the room that he can see, and especially the moment that he starts feeling like he can blink, he would also start try to look and scan as much as possible before his eyes land on, my brain is blanking. What's his name?
Wenfeld.
Wenfeld. Before his eyes fall on Wenfeld, but he says nothing.
He looks down at your wound. And he slowly reaches down with his free hand and he begins to pinch at it, drawing out more blood. Tell me, Hiljan. Do you feel this?
Hiljan is just focusing on his breath and his resolve as he's just...
Look at me.
He looks at Wenfeld.
You should be grateful, Illusion. For your entire life, you've done nothing but wander, looking to attach yourself to any ideals. You've always been a follower. But how has that treated you? One failed foundation after another. But take comfort now. Because you have become the paragon, the very pillar of one of these ideals that you so saw fit to treasure. And now you will become a martyr. Does that make you happy?
Hiljan looks at Winfeld dead in the eye. And then he slowly smiles a defiant smile. There will be no proper burial for you. No roots will embrace you. No ocean shall engulf you. In whatever flames burn your body, they will lead you to a torment where if I am also dead, you will find me. It's almost as if his tone is casting a curse in a sense.
And what happens when I find you?
Let us say I will return the favor.
As you have historically done. Correct. He places a hand gently atop the wrist, and he holds the knife. And he goes, I'd rather die with the history that I have, rather than perish away in obscurity. The traitor in the minds of my own people. And he begins to push the tip of the knife against your cuticle, the space between your fingernail and your finger.
Mm-hmm.
And he just, it's a sudden jerk. Digs in there. But he doesn't push all the way in. But you can feel it, the blood, your nails beginning to like crest up a little bit. The hangnails are still hanging on. It just goes. Looks to the other white tiefling. It just goes, tell me when you sense it. Yes, sir. And that, we cut over. Aura, Daphne, One-Eyed Jane, Zachariah, Humphrey. Hiljan is gone.
Detect magic, see if there's anything still magical here.
At this moment, no. The teleportation is broken. It seems by design. But despite all the obvious things, there's nothing else magical in this room at the moment.
Is there any blood on the floor near the circle?
Yes, there is.
Aura collects herself, signs to Daphne. Could you please scry? Pointing at the blood.
Do I feel confident that that's Hiljan's blood?
It's someone's, which would be helpful, but you're not sure about Hiljan. You did see Hiljan's prone form. He did have a knife in his back.
I'm going to
Captain,
Assume, and if not, I have a second chance.
we can also send a message directly to Hiljan.
She nods.
I start scrying.
I'll go find Roland.
Another nod.
You scry, Daphne.
Yeah,
That's a 10-minute process, right? Before you
takes
cast it.
10 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Okay, if it takes 10 minutes, then Aura will assign to who's left in the room. One-Eyed Jane and Humphrey. She will sign someone get me Clarence and someone get me Jasper, please.
You already, as you're already speaking of Clarence, like people have been gathering because you shot a bullet into the air. The crowd parts as you see Clarence just goes, what's going on? Pushing through and finally getting to the scene. What happened?
She can't look at him. Who has the sending stone to speak with the rust knots?
We can go ahead and say you were
I was the one that had it.
We can go ahead and say like anyone could speak up.
Kev, you were going to say something.
I got the bag of holding probably, so it's probably in there.
I will.
I got it here.
I take it from Humphrey, and I saying thank you. Turn to Clarence and say, and sign, let's get the Eternal Smile ship prepared for combat. Pull together your team, and where is Armand?
For you, Armand is he's among the crowd of people. If you say that out loud, he'll meekly step forward.
She'll sign it out loud. Yeah, she signs it for people to see. And signs, how soon can you get that ship up and flying?
I can have her ready very soon, Captain. Is a few hours.
Good. Start on it now. I want you working on that ship now.
Yes,
I want a
Captain.
steering accord. I want the Eternal Smile ship loaded and ready to go. Pick your crew who you'd like to stay on it. Looking around, where else did I send? Would that give us 10 minutes? Be about 10 minutes? Or
Is Roland in the crowd, or
Yeah.
do I have to go find him?
Roland's there, yeah.
I'll just kind of grab him, drag him in.
All right, you could just ask.
Sorry.
What happened?
I turn. Everyone, wait here. Co-captain says too, and I just shut the door. Okay.
You're the
Roland.
co-captain now.
I've been the co-captain. We saw it the other day. Anyway.
That was a bit. That was a bit.
It wasn't a bit for me. So anyway, Roland, you can send messages, right? We've been over this. I think pause on the Daryl stuff, and I just rotate him and push him towards Aura.
Can someone fucking explain what's going on?
she's going to look at Humphrey. Turn back to the crew and sign. Hiljan has been taken.
Clarence immediately goes, No. No.
I believe I saw Nellie, among the crewmates, with whom Hiljan went. So.
Nellie was a turncoat?
So, she signs heavier, more effort into it. I would like us to organize. I would like us to move. They have made their attack, and in rules of war, the most important thing is to counter, which we shall do currently and now. Roland, how many messages can you send per day?
Only 3?
3. That will be
Right.
more than enough. I will need to, and it's how many words are allowed in your messages?
Only 25.
25, right. Let's see who's not doing anything right now.
And I'll say for you, Captain Roy, Jasper.
Is there?
Is there? Yes.
Jasper, I want you to navigate this ship like you've never navigated it before. I want it to fly across this fucking ocean. Also, who is your informant?
My informant's Myros. He's been my informant for a long time. He's good.
Clearly.
He's legit.
And she's going to, is this 10 minutes up now? Oh, she's going to say to One-Eyed Jane and Zachariah, I need two things from you both. I need one for you, points to One-Eyed Jane, to construct a message to one of the members of the Cruston family to send that out. And I need you, and she indicates to Zachariah, to construct a message to our helmsman asking his whereabouts and location. The third spell I would preferably Roland use for Lantos Boreas, of whose location we're trying to find currently. I have to go send a message of my own to Captain Marzar. I will be in the game room should you all need me.
Daphne's focusing on her spell, but still listening. But she will briefly add, we need to know who's still on the ship.
Humphrey?
Mm-hmm.
Would you do me a favor and go take roll call, please?
I can sure do that, yeah.
And to anyone that seems... You see a little smile she signs, suspicious. Do with them what you will. And she will leave and go to the game room to write a letter or send a sending message.
Can I add, while she was signing all that and everything, can I have made like just scan the crowd to see if anybody looks a little antsy or like suspicious?
Everyone's very nervous.
Okay.
People are definitely antsy. These checks are always hard to try and
Yeah,
someone out of the crowd. I'm really sorry.
No, it's okay.
Well, technically, they weren't. The door was shut when she said that Hiljan was taken. So.
Oh, for that part it was. Okay, then never mind.
So, but that's what I mean. So technically, the crew out there doesn't know yet. They just know a shot went off, right?
All right. Well, then there's absolute confusion. Everyone's just gathered, like waiting for the news.
So when we tell them, we can look for a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Who's like, and who is like actually surprised?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll just say to Humphrey, and I'll like kind of grab my longsword and be like, if you need any assistance, let me know.
If you're finished writing that message, it would be helpful if you could come out.
Okay, I will.
I start lining them up already.
Okay.
And Humphrey goes out to the group and to the crew, everyone that's left, and just lines them up one by one next to each other.
Mm-hmm. You're taking the crew out and lining them up?
Mm-hmm. Just lining them up one after the other. So, and then he goes like up and down a few times and like looking into the eyes of the people, like of every individual. And sometimes that's just like blind luck. He just stops at some people, looks them up and down, and just waits for like reactions and sees if there's anything suspicious, maybe, or if they seem like too tense for the situation.
There's confusion, and of course there's naturally, like, you observing people like that, especially Humphrey of all people. It's like it's scary, especially when people don't know what you're looking for. So I'll go ahead and say we'll get to this. We're gonna get to this in a bit. As I'll say, One-Eye Jane,
Yeah.
Zachariah, Humphrey are tending to the people outside, and this is super unfortunate because some people are from the Eternal Smile, some of the people you've taken on.
Yeah.
So you can split them up. But there's more people on this ship now than there's ever been, which is terrible. You see Jasper already like just like in a hurry, just like getting the navigation everything at the ready. But he needs people to move the ship, so he's just charting the course. And Clarence is following you, Aura.
I will mention to Jasper on his way past. I'll just point out because I have probably charted like 50 possible routes to this lighthouse already.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just tell him where those maps are.
Thank you, brother.
Aura is going to turn to Clarence behind her and just sign, "One moment, please." And she's just going to open the game room and just close it gently behind her. And from inside, he will hear things being thrown, ripped, torn. She's destroying every game, every piece of painting, of arts and crafts, of artwork in the game room so that it is almost recognizable. You'll hear the tinkling of tokens being tasked, the chessboard being thrown, even bottles being slammed up against walls.
I'm going to say also that maybe Aura didn't notice, but when she opened the door, Kenway went in, and she would find that Kenway's actually just perched, looking at her while she's doing all of this.
Cool.
Staying with her.
Yeah, so we can cut away from that to get to other stuff.
Daphne, your scry goes through. You are scrying on Hiljan.
Yeah.
Your sight immediately picks up Hiljan in a chair, wind filled, with a knife pressed against his finger, and a white tiefling, whom, upon your scry, you hear she perks up. I'm detecting something. Are they watching? Yes. It's a scry.
Question.
Yeah.
How is this room lit?
Dimly.
What is the source of the light?
It is a very small lantern hanging on the side.
Hiljan is going to use Druidcraft to turn off the lantern.
Does Druidcraft require somatic components?
That's a good question.
Let me look it up. Because your hands are currently bound.
Oh, that's right, yeah. But how is my hand bound to the point? Could I, if the weight of my motion, because that's what it is, right?
Because he is restraining one of your hands as well.
Right.
Yes.
But would if the casting would be sort of like a form of prestidigitation for the physical gesture?
It's verbal somatic.
It's also verbal. Okay. It's verbal somatic. Let me look real quick at the ruling of that. Make a motion to cast a spell. If you're unable to make the motion, correct the motion. You must be able to move one hand freely, which is holding either nothing or a valid focus. Your other hand cannot cast if hands are tied. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
But Hiljan, you do hear that someone is watching. Possibly your crew, out of concern.
What do I know if scrying also they can hear?
You would know she
Yes,
can.
you would.
Yes.
Okay.
You would know.
When I used detect poison earlier, what type of poison did I detect?
You detected crawler mucus.
I'm going to say that as soon as he hears that someone is there, he is going to shout out the name, and he's just going to say, Look for crawler mucus poison."
As you say, crawler mu. You see Wenfeld pushes deep, and your fingernail is rended, crusting up from your finger.
So Hiljan, his voice as mucus, and then he just grates his teeth as he refuses to just give away the full scream. Just takes the breath, takes it in, and just.
Come on. He places a hand on your forehead, adjusting you, and he goes, "Your loved ones are watching. I need you to scream as loud as you can." And he maneuvers to your other finger, your thumb this time, placing this time against the cuticle of your thumb. As seemingly now he's moving with like veracity and spirit now that he knows that your friends are watching. He's taking one of your escape tools away, your nails.
If I'm not getting information from this, and I can tell that he's going more at it because I'm watching, I'm going to just do the once over room best I can, the other person in the room and everything, and if I don't get the sense that they're going to say anything, drop anything, then I will stop the spell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that since he wants me to scream, but he's not covering my mouth, I'm going to use my voice to just continue to say things. So as he's giving the pain and I'm screaming, I'm just using the screaming. And he's just crawler mucus and vanishers, and I just continue to just add things that I have gathered so far.
Just quit defying me, you dog! And he's as you're just defying him, denying his screams. He's always had a closed helm sort of like look to him, but your fortitude seems to drive him to this as he just raises the knife and just deep in the midst of your hand.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead.
Hiljan just takes it and just and looks at the knife on the hand.
8 points of piercing damage. Sorry. But you got all the information out, and Daphne, you're hearing it through his pain grunts and screams.
Mm-hmm.
The room is dark, and it seems to be like a featureless sort of like stone room, probably like the underground of some compound or something. How these give me a culture check, actually.
Okay. Not courtly manners, I'm afraid.
Military history, I believe.
History, I do have empires and war history.
Give me a history check then. Yeah.
Okay.
How convenient, Daphne. Jesus.
Yep. Include specialty. Submit. That is a 16. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4.
You would these empire facilities, they've been built a very long time ago, and all of them famously have these like little underground rooms that look very similar like this. The reason why you know this is because you've been trained for this. You've read this in textbooks in your school. So that little bit of information that you got so long ago allows you to realize where Hiljan is, but not where you can't pinpoint the location. There's no features or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Probably some compound.
Okay. When she has everything she can, she's not gonna waste time keep watching for 10 minutes. She'll drop it.
Mm-hmm. You drop it, and you hear the tiefling go, "The magic's gone." Winfield just kind of like steps back, looking at you. Can you predict what's going to happen next?
I certainly can only say for certain that you are the most coward creature I have ever encountered.
And how is that going to fare for you in the afterlife? When you have to exist with the fact that the creature that you consider to be the biggest coward you have ever seen was the one who maimed you and your captain, strung you both up on a tree.
Hiljan starts laughing painfully, but he's just Winfield, you may have been tracking me. You may have think you know who I am. But you do not know Aura. You do not understand that crew. And if you think that this will end in any form that will make you feel as you have accomplished something great, I'm going to tell you, no wound, no pain is going to be as grand as the fact that you will be forgotten. And that is my gift to you, the foretelling of your nothingness.
Take an inspiration point.
Underdog, baby!
You're right. I don't know that girl. But I know enough. I know just the right amount. She values you, doesn't she? Yes. To be honest, I don't want to put much effort into looking into the head of a girl with such delusional visions for the future. I don't find it worthy of my time. But apparently you did. You lowered yourself to do that. And look where that's got you. But soon, it'll be over. Because what I'm going to say, it's what's going to happen. And you know it. That crew is going to tear itself asunder, looking for other turncoats and traitors. They're going to rush here. In this valiant attempt to save you, not knowing that my vanishers are waiting for them. They are going to die. And you will watch. But you can take comfort in the fact that whatever left when I'm done with you can go free.
What am I being restrained with? Like, is it rope? Is it?
Oh, you're asking me. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm the funny DM. They are very tight fitting like leather straps.
Okay. Is there a way for Hiljan to discreetly and subtly, sort of as he's been moving with the pain and the torture, to get a sense of whether or not there's any of these straps that is looser than the other, whether the chair that he's sitting is a sturdy chair or maybe not so sturdy, whether it has a creak, anything that he could potentially gather for usage?
This chair, these straps, it was made for this purpose. And you've been in one of these chairs before. I would say like testing out the weaknesses and such. It'll take a little bit. We'll get to that for you later.
Mm-hmm.
But as for now, you see Wenfeld stand up. He just kind of flecks the blood of his knife and just sheaths it. And he goes ahead and he looks towards the door. And he just whistles. As he whistles, you see the door slowly opens. And the shadow of a man, the living silhouette of what was once a person, is standing in the doorway. A person completely dressed in dark cloaks, a mask, a person that you cannot read whatsoever, appears soundlessly and without presence. You're looking at this person, and that's the only way that you know this person exists. The person walks in. And he just goes, "You stay here. Make sure he doesn't sleep." And as Wenfeld Wenfeld walks out.
Can I call him before he leaves?
You absolutely may.
Hiljan is going to say, "Hey, Wenfeld."
He stops. And he turns.
Do you like to play chess?
He just cocks his head at you. What?
Do you like to play chess?
Perhaps you don't realize the magnitude of the situation that you're in. But get it out now. I need to kill that spirit.
It is a yes or no question.
And he's just staring at you.
He's staring back.
It's easy when the right people are on the other side.
Hiljan smiles defiantly. By the time that this all comes to an end, you are going to hate the game.
If your friends are as impetuous as I believe they are, you're going to be hearing from me again very soon.
What are you going to do? Go up to the lighthouse to see when they are coming?
He stops. The lighthouse. What do you know about it?
I'm sorry, I thought you were leaving.
He turns around and there's a bit of a thought, thinking that he's doing, before he walks. And as he walks past the Vanisher, he stops next to him, just reaches over to the bottom of the Vanisher's mask, and pulls up, taking the mask off. And the thing is about elves is that they live long lives. So you tend to, especially with other elves, you build memories and forge long-lasting friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And you especially, Hiljan, you have a good memory for faces. You see the face of Estelar Averin. Your friend, whom you thought perished. The soul seemingly has completely, not literally, but left his eyes, as he's just staring at you with no emotions on his face whatsoever. The black hair, his long black hair, that he would braid and be admonished for by the higher ups for being vain, now cut short. But it's unmistakable. There is a smolder where the fire in his eyes were. Wenfeld goes, "Keep him awake," and walks out. The white tiefling walks out as well behind him and closes the door, leaving you alone in the room with your former friend. You see Estelar reaches for the mask and just puts it back on again.
Hiljan's face drops for the first time, recognizing that face. Estelar.
Nothing.
He then speaks in Elvish. Do you remember me?
Nothing. He's just looking right at you.
What did they do to you? I'm going to say that Hiljan is going to actually attempt to shake himself in the chair. He's just going to try to do a couple of attempts of Jolt to see if that both causes a reaction on Stellar and also gives him also a better sense of the chair's sturdiness.
You give a Jolt. Give me an athletic check.
Um,
$26, my man. Whoa, 26. Look at you. Whoa, okay. That's crazy. Give me 1 second. Just so I'm making sure. I'm not sure how that's possible.
Wait, did I roll this wrong?
D20 plus 5 plus 4? You rolled a... Okay. 1 second here.
4 for proficiency.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, but your strength modifier is 0, which is what I'm wondering.
I can re-roll.
You rolled a
Should be
17.
22.
So we're just gonna...
Okay.
You rolled a 22.
Or 21.
Yeah, 21. So you rolled a 21, which is
Okay.
still the same result I'm going to give you. You just immediately thrash in a chair, and you hear a small sort of like clang sound. You feel resistance against. Of course, it's really tight around your wrist, but you feel resistance movement in your wrist. There's already a reaction, very fast. A knife, a dagger is pulled, and he's just kind of like he's kind of like holding it there, making it visible for you to look at. A subtle threat. But he responded to that. You've actually loosened up the straps, just a tiny amount, but you did.
He sees the knife and he just... Are you going to speak now? I do not know if you can.
Nothing.
Hiljan has a moment. And he remembers the moment when Wenfell turned to the door before the figure appeared. And he looks at Stellar. He just goes, oh, you probably can't hear this. Let me see if I can try something. Can you hear that? No, probably not.
I heard the beginnings of it.
He basically whistles. He remembers the two-time whistle, and he attempts it. Obviously, he's just mimicking. He's just mimicking the sound.
Make a persuasion check.
Never mind.
I'm sorry. You can spend an inspiration point if you want.
No, I'll save it.
Okay. Then there's nothing. It's clear why Wenville put this man in the room with you. To just watch over you like a warden.
Hiljan takes a moment looking at those eyes that seem definitely like the spark that he knew is not there. You bear the face of a friend. But I do not think that his spirit is there. But I am sorry for whatever may have happened to you. I am sorry that I was not there.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
I have nothing. No.
One more time. Better.
16.
Much better. Again, no sound. A shift in the step, maybe. There's a heavy knock on the door. And you see Estelar steps to the side. It just gives a knockback. Opening the door, you see a man, a very large man wearing like a large apron. A clean apron, but with a set of like with like a set of like a leather roll up of like a mat of like with tools and such. A wicked looking large man with a very missing some teeth, maybe like a crooked look on him and a shaved head. But he comes in immediately looking at you with like this sadistic smile. Says, "You're my canvas for the next few days then. Good." Says, "Admiral told me that you were someone really special." Closes the door. "So I'm just gonna take my time. Hiljan's the name, right?"
What is yours?
Oh. Let's not be too quick with the names now. He lays out the mat. Tools, hammers, knives, scalpels. Just because we're going to take the time to really get to know each other.
Is Stellar still there?
Yeah. And he's just watching.
Hiljan's gonna look at Stellar. If you are there, you may feel that we lost that day. But even now, and every day that I have draw breath, I never surrendered.
Make
And
another
even
person.
though... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, finish.
I hope that whatever part of you remains, somewhere deep down, it's still fighting too. Till the end.
Make another persuasion check with advantage.
These are nerve-wracking.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
What?
We were talking earlier. This is the game.
Make sure to say your rolls, guys.
19.
I rolled an 18 and then a 19.
Goodness. He remains there. As the large man, presumably a torturer, just kind of goes, kind of grabs your face, turns you towards him. You gotta learn to keep your eyes on me. And we're gonna cut to Daphne, fresh out of the scry.
As soon as she stops scrying, she turns out of the room and leaves. She is going to go to... I had the name pulled up already. She's going to go to Ravi first. She tells Ravi, crawler mucus. What do you know about it?
It paralyzes people. Terrible business.
Do you know how to
Hard to
make an
extract.
antidote? And would you have what you need?
I can take a look.
Also, Timmy, am I familiar with vanishers and what kind of poisons that they might generally use?
They're rather clandestine. They're very secretive.
Mm-hmm. But I am very much a researcher, too.
Yeah, but they're not in like
Okay.
the books. It's not like an open thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she'll just say, anything you can do. It's not desperately urgent to send someone we need to heal here. But I think we will need anything we can to counteract that. I know that's specifically in play, and I know that there will likely be other kinds of poison too.
I'll go ahead and try my best to whip something up.
Thank you. The next on her list is she's going to hurry and try to see if that bag of holding's ready from John.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, everyone. In the interest of time, I am going to have to hand wave a few things.
Yeah.
Just in the absolute interest of time. For
Yeah.
One-Eyed Jane, Zachariah, Humphrey, the staring down of people trying to figure things out. I would say like I believe Humphrey has a really naturally like high insight. Like amidst the confusion, like as everything clears up, like you don't believe that anybody else here is a turncoat. But even though Nellie's been here for 8 years, and some of you like drank with her, you shared your dreams with her and things like that. That's the level of like deceit that you're dealing with. But as far as you all can tell, I'm going to go ahead and say that like there is a sort of shaky, but like there's a confidence in the people you have right now. Zachariah, One-Eyed Jane, are you two doing anything at the moment?
Yeah, we gotta figure out what messages we're sending.
Yeah, once we're by ourselves, I would turn to Zachariah and immediately pull out paper and pen and be like, okay, I didn't want to ask the captain because, like, now is not the time, but, like, I don't know what she wants me to ask my parents. Like, is this a plea letter? Is this a threatened letter? Is this,
No, your brother,
yeah.
your brother, your
His
brother, your
brother.
brother.
Oh, my brother, right, okay. Okay, never mind, it just occurred to me that she probably meant my brother, so
Yeah.
that helps.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just we need information. Anything.
Okay.
You know, if he would be, if you think he's trustworthy, maybe if he can get us a way in, or
Okay.
something like
Weigh
that.
in, information.
You know,
Okay.
anything you can think of like that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Just a lot
I'm
of.
gonna work on that now.
I think
Yeah,
mine is easier.
I didn't want to ask.
I think I have the easier job. I'm just like who, why, where, you know.
Okay, well, if you have any advice, I've never really written official doc like this is. Oh, this is a really important letter, so I don't just like.
Well, remember, it's only 25 words. That's what.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. I was confused. I was up. I've been the last couple hours. I was writing stuff to Daryl, but that's gonna have to wait.
Okay.
So.
No, it's fine. Okay, got it.
Yeah, just
Okay,
try
no,
and
I'll
cut
go.
words where you can. Cut words where you can.
Okay, I'll go the guilt route. Right, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Not the blackmail or threatening route. I think guilt.
What if? Oh wait, what if you can set up like a meeting with him? Like you meet
Oh.
him, and then
Ooh.
we can like talk. You know.
Okay, I'll be like guilt. Either send me information or we can meet up. Got it. Okay.
Or
Or.
this is an idea I had with that.
Okay.
What if we can get him to talk to us via Scry, and then he can talk more. So like.
Okay.
Like, here's my questions. Just speak out loud in a few minutes, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
so I have to fit in 25 words all of our questions. Okay, Zachariah, you're really making this super easy for me, and I'm not stressed of disappointing the captain at all.
You're
okay.
gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. It's all good.
Yeah, okay.
It's all good. I'm gonna go find Daphne real quick because I think I have mine ready.
I'll be right behind you.
I'll be back. You got this. You got this. Bathroom buddies. Let's go.
Okay.
Captain Aura.
Mm.
You hear a knock on the door. Everything good in there?
Opens the door. Steps out, probably with Kenway on her shoulder. And signs Roland, please.
Oh, Clarence.
No, she's asking for
You're
Roland.
asking for Roland. Okay. He looks past you into the room. Can we have a moment to speak?
From down below, Clarence's head's taller than her. You see the coldest, slow pan up to him. And she signs to him, "You want to talk right now?"
He's going to come back. And then he walks past you, and he begins to pick up everything very gingerly, and he's cleaning up the room. I just want to make the place nice for when we get him back. And I want to make sure that we're all here.
In his head, he'll hear, "If I wasn't so weak, we'd still all be here."
You can't do that.
I'm off to find Roland. You will be in charge of a secondary team that is in charge of destroying the lighthouse.
Here's a plan. It's a good one. I figured since that White House is a pretty important military installation with everything going on, why don't you wait for me to cause the commotion first? Everything diverts over there. You get your man.
Our helmsman.
Our friend.
I'm off to get more information. I will be back. And she'll go find Roland.
He just continues to clean. Daphne, I believe you were looking for Captain Aura?
And I was gonna get the bag from Captain
Yes,
John,
okay.
but then I'm going for Aura, like
I'm looking for
immediately
Daphne.
afterwards.
Yeah, you grab it. So I'll say you see making your way up towards the upper deck where everyone is at the moment, with people getting like organized and dressed down. Roland is free, but you see Captain Aura that he is. It's very visible on his face. There's extreme nervousness. I was for you, Daphne. You retrieved the bag from a crewmate who just kind of like uses a hook on a pole to hand over the bag, and everyone's on the upper deck, except Hiljan, of course.
Then I go to
And-
Aura.
Nelly.
I go to Aura. I say, I have what John said he would give us. That means we can leave. It's an era that I've never seen him before, but the person matches how you've described Wenfeld Lordigan to me.
And what are they doing?
She goes. She thinks a moment. They're luring you in. They're underground. I recognize the type of facility. You probably would too. But I can't pinpoint where because it's underground.
Underground. Would I know of any Anarian, for something this high, like up in the because this is like very, like there's strongholds where this might be done in regards to where the lighthouse is, given my past experience in the Navy being
Around that area in particular, there is one stronghold.
there is.
Yes.
And it's close to the lighthouse.
Yes.
What's it called?
The Rhinolar.
The Rhinolar. Okay. I let Daphne know this. And she says, I need to confirm one more thing before we move forward.
She goes, I know that they're luring you. So is that the place where they would think you're most likely to go to retrieve him?
She
Do you
signs.
think?
Not only are they luring me, Daphne, but with the presence of the Crustons, they are luring Jane. And with the presence of House Castell, they are luring Humphrey.
And I'm just asking, is that I think they would put him in the spot where they would see us as most likely to think he is if they want us to go there. So can we say with confidence that it's that location?
We're going to have to take a gamble and say yes.
Okay.
What is your plan? I see it. I see you thinking behind those eyes of yours.
She
Say
goes,
it now.
I am. She says, we know that there's crawler mucus. There will likely be other poisons and vanishers. That's what Hiljan said before the scry ended. They knew I was watching. And I think I know we're going in no matter what. I know they're expecting us. We need to think about how we can take them off guard still. Even while we walk into the plan that they want us to.
Some key strategies of war, Daphne, that I'm sure you have studied as well as I. Identify your enemies Be ruthless and do not repeat the same tired methods. I plan to stage a full-on counterattack. Don't worry. There will be no sacrifices and or room for us staying behind should the crew need to split today.
She nods. She goes, unless there's something specifically you need me to do first, I'm going to convene with Humphrey, and so I think we should check food supply if they had poison on the ship.
Good thinking. Ideas and tactics mean nothing without an organized, responsive, and creative army. I am going to count on you, as I always have, to make sure this is done.
She nods.
We may lose battles, but we will end this war. And she's going to walk off to Roland.
To which you see Roland, uncharacteristically, fiddling with his thumbs, shaky hands that are holding onto his lute. And he sees you approaching, Captain, and he immediately kind of like stiffens up.
Might I use one of your sending spells, Roland? She signs.
Of course.
Do you require any object from me to help get a better interaction with said person, or will his name be enough?
Name is good, but an object really helps.
She takes the pawn from her pocket, hands it out to him. This message will be going to Lelantos Boreas. It will read as follows. Give your location, your reason for treason, and 2 answers. What is so fragile that saying its name breaks it, and a favored chess piece. Tim, I sent you the answer in a DM.
Got it. All right. I can only do this 3 times. But if I go to sleep right after this, I think I can cram in a few more. He begins to send. And as he does, he covers his mouth for a moment, and you hear him repeat the question entirely, like in the head voice that you have in people. Because when you communicate telepathically.
Oh, it's mimicry. So that's the first time I've heard my voice out loud in 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's a little. That kind of awakens her a little, but shuts back down.
He goes, now we have to play the waiting game. It'll take a bit. I'm not sure how. Can you repeat to me one more time? What's your question?
Want me to put in the chat? Would that help?
Oh, just you can say it.
Okay. Give your location, your reason for treason, and 2 answers. What is so fragile that saying its name breaks it, and a favored chess piece.
Security questions.
It's literally security questions.
A riddle with 1 answer as a security question is not.
And a favorite chess piece, so 2.
There you go. That's the one. Roland speaks. Goes. He says, he's in a place you shouldn't be. He said his crime was love. He said that the answer was silence. But he also said a promise. And he said he loves you. He didn't answer the chest part.
A place I shouldn't be isn't very. Ooh, and you see that she's starting to lose it, and then she bottles it down. That wasn't very specific. But nonetheless, we will go with what information we have. Thank you, Roland.
Of course.
And she'll leave him.
All right. Anyone else?
Do I find Daphne before she runs off to find Humphrey?
You do find Daphne, yeah.
Daph, here. I need second opinion.
Okay.
Okay. So I had, this, and I'll hold out the book with the boards in it. But the other thought I had, and I just want to know if this is possible. You can stare at people from a ways away, right? That's your weird magic thing that you do.
I can see further in the dark than.
No. I mean,
supposed to,
your scry thing, right?
Oh, yes. I guess that's.
Okay.
Yes.
Would it be possible to basically, I motioned to the thing. That's what it is. But I was wondering if he could. I don't know how he set up. What did you find out? I suppose is the question. When you looked at him.
When I looked at Hiljan.
Yeah. Is there anything in particular that if you should change the question for? Because my thought was you could look at him again and he could respond if he's tied up with sign maybe behind his back.
He can't sign behind his back. He's bound. I think he gave me the information he could give me already. He knew I was scrying on him, and so he shouted to me. I think this is a good idea, however. As long as he knew when I was scrying on him.
I think we could send him a message and then, in a minute, just start talking or something. Yeah.
Well, it has to be at least 10. Well, I guess unless we timed it right. But regardless, I think this is good. I think currently I have all the information he's able to give me right now, and they know when I'm scrying on him.
Do you think they'd know if we were sending a message?
I think they were detecting magic like I have been doing. So they could more than likely sense it. But I don't think they would be able to perceive the message itself, at least.
This works. So then should we wait and not send him now? Or
I think we should wait unless there's something specific we need to tell Hiljan.
Okay.
And maybe it would be good while we're traveling after more time has passed, because the situation might have changed, to check in like that.
Okay. We'll check in, I guess, maybe later today or tonight. Okay. Cool. Jane is really struggling. I don't know if you have any tips that I can give her.
I come walking up after you with a piece of paper.
It's just so we need to think of what information we need from him specifically. I believe what we spoke about earlier was that did we need to know she thinks again she was going we were trying to find information about Aura's father through them. So if we're able to ask if you think he would answer about what she was about to say you can like kind of catch on her lips, but she says what his father just because they're in public about what where his father is and what his activities are. If we can think of a way, if you are able to think of a way to corner the information without having him question much in the response, that would be ideal. But
I brought up we could do the thing that I suggested to him too.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
I wrote a really threatening and also guilting letter, so I think he will respond. And then yeah, if we can scry on him, maybe we can get more than 25 words, but like I don't know how I'm not that good at this magic stuff, so
if we don't want to send Hiljan something right now, we could always send him two. Get
if we need
his reaction and then be like, okay, start talking.
Okay. I can cast Scribe one more time before I rest. We would have to have the message time up for when my Scribe takes hold, because it takes me about 10 minutes to cast, and then it lasts about 10 minutes. She is... We can do that. I need to handle something else first. But make sure the message is how you want it, and any questions fit, and maybe take into consideration that perhaps we can do 2 instead of 1 now. And think of that in the meantime, and I will come back to you. She, if nobody stops her, she will walk off to Humphrey, like, really focused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kev,
Jane,
you here?
we'll work on it. We'll see.
yeah. Okay, I'll tell you my
Yeah.
Hello, Kev?
Yeah, I'm there. Hello.
Yes. All right.
Kev.
Good.
Yeah, you just everyone down. Nothing. And Daphne approaches you.
She's checking the bag as she goes for anything useful, and she finds Humphrey, and she says, Humphrey, I need your help with something.
Hey, Daphne. What do you need?
First of all,
How can I help?
I want to get to focusing on Hiljan. But first, I need your help with a plan I have not told Aura. And it's time sensitive.
Okay.
I found something in that the Beholder gave us. I think it might help you, and she'll give him the Cloak of Elven Kind, since that's supposed to go to him anyways. But she pulls out her potion, and she still has the bottle. She still has a bottle that somebody took from the kitchen earlier. And she goes,
okay.
Delphine, I think can get us Daryl. And I think, and the opportunity is when John attacks Brando, which could be tonight or tomorrow, he said, which means I need to contact her immediately. All she wants from me for a deal is the spark. So what I want to do, since she didn't detect you were there last time, I want you to hide. I want you to be behind her somewhere where I know, to the right of her shoulder, perhaps, but far enough away, but where I could know where you are. And then when I offer her the spark, when I make the deal, I'm going to look to you instead of her.
Okay. That should be easy enough.
I don't want her to find out about this, which is why I am not telling anyone who doesn't need to know. Not now. And that's why I haven't told Aura.
Okay.
Are you willing to help me with that?
Fair enough. My lips are sealed.
She nods, and she'll look through the bag for her. The potion he said John was going to give her.
Mhm.
I was going to have someone cast invisibility on you, Roland, but I'm worried she might detect the magic of that, and I think this cloak accomplishes the same purpose from what I've gathered.
But it would also, if you would do your thing where you can see magical things, wouldn't the cloak also pop up?
It would, but at least it's not a spell, is what I think.
Oh, okay. So, should we take the risk with the cloak? I think I can maybe also do it without it, just to be extra safe.
I think I would like to use the cloak and see how it goes, but I think it's a fair point. But
All right. I'll trust your decision. Is there anything else I can do right now? It's a very hard time, and I'm not the talker person. I'm not the magic person.
afterwards,
I can do.
What do you think?
I can just do a good meal, and that's about it, and sneak around. So if you guys need any help, I'll just let me know.
Well, we still need to eat. But that is another point I brought up to Aura as well. I want to do this first because I'm worried about the time sensitivity of it. But
All right.
since it has been confirmed that there were vanishers from Anera on our ship, there were poisons as they poisoned Hiljan. I would be worried that they might have poisoned the food supply too. So that's something I would like to check.
You wouldn't happen to have any, additional spices or something in that magic bag of yours? Just that we can use in case of ours, in case they were
She
poisoned.
reaches in.
Strangely enough.
How convenient!
Weird. It's really weird.
She's just kind of stunned. She's whatever.
Oh, wow.
She sets them down. All right, then.
You
we'll
want
set up.
So we're gonna do it. Okay. I think I need a little bit until I can use the cloak, but so we're doing it right after.
Yes.
Okay. And I sit with the cloak, and I guess I have to attune to it, right?
Yeah. I think
Yes.
so.
Okay. I'll attune to the cloak. What does the cloak look like to me?
It is it's sort of like a dark greenish cloak, but I would say over the time you're attuning to it, it begins to, when it touches you, it begins to blend in to your surroundings on its own. and the more time you attune to it, the more stronger the effect seems to take over. It's like those like invisibility like things, like you just hold it and you just and then all of a sudden you can see through everything. You just see the ship and like everything through it.
Oh wow. Okay.
As long as you're
I'm
wearing
go-
it.
And I'm going to temporarily take the Ring of Mind Shielding and the Stone of Good Luck. I'm going to give those to the people who wanted them later. But for just this, I'm going to take those for now.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
And then get set up the way she told me to. But I start working on that.
Okay. As soon as I'm attuned, I'll go into the specified room and just try to erase my existence in some corner.
Easy. Easy. Goodness. We're gonna get to that in a bit because it takes you some time to attune. We'll come back to that real quick. One-Eyed Jane, as you're just kind of like writing and you think you're done, you have your message, everything's good. There's a tap on your shoulder, and you see Brooke.
Hey, Brooke.
Are you busy right now?
No, I'm okay. What's
Good.
up?
She goes, good, and she just like bends up, grabs your wrist, and starts like dragging you. Like she's
okay. I let her.
On you too.
I'm going to kill that boy.
I will help you hide the body.
She doesn't respond to that, but she seems kind of thankful. She begins to drag you like downwards, like into like the bottom of the ship, into like towards like, you know, the game room where all the, like the private rooms are. And she just opens Zachariah's door. And she pulls you inside, moving past Clarence. It goes, hello, you two. Busy. And then drags you to Zachariah's room. And then closes the door. All right. Take your shirt off.
Okay. I take my shirt off. Like a moment's hesitation, then I'm like, you know what? Fine.
Easy, girl.
Yeah. Let's go.
And she just goes, all right, now she pulls out from her bag the small thin box, and she just goes, all right, now lay on your stomach, pointing towards the bed.
When Jane kind of twirls her hair and blushes. Okay. She lays on the
She
bed.
realizes, and you see her eyes widen all of a sudden, and her face just becomes immediately red. I'm not going to do anything to you. I wasn't going to. And then she looks around and she realizes, and she just you've never seen her like this before, where she's just absolutely bewildered. Lay on your stomach right now, or I will cut you.
Yes, ma'am. And I'll lay on my stomach. But I'm definitely like kicking my feet, like, you know, when you're like texting someone you have a crush on, and you're just like.
She just slams your feet down. Stop it. I just thought I wanted to. I don't know what the next few days are gonna hold. Everything's been really confusing, and now it looks like we're running into something crazy. I just thought I give you something. Because I know you're gonna do something stupid. Maybe get yourself killed.
Yeah, probably.
I was chosen by Clarence to go with him. And personally, I'd like to see you again. So, you hear she opens up the box and she just pulls out a needle. I think this is best for you than it is for me, though I haven't done this in a long time. I'm going to give you a tattoo.
Just kind of look over my shoulder at her. Aha, you are. Okay. What is it a tattoo of? Like, not something lame, right? Because we're pirates.
Of course, it's nothing lame.
Okay.
What do you think is... What the hell do you want it to be?
A dagger.
Yeah, I can do a dagger.
Okay. And I just get really comfortable. Did I ever tell you about the time?
I'm just letting you know. After I'm done, if you look at it, and you laugh or you make fun of me in any way, there's no frills about it. I'm just going to kill you. I'm not even going to be poetic about it. In broad daylight, I'll do it in front of everyone.
That's why I like you. I don't need poetry, so tap me up, baby.
Why do you say such weird things? She begins... getting a tattoo hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
You have incredible fortitude. But it's Brooke. As you feel it, you feel the ink. It's just one needle by itself. There's no you don't see any ink or anything, but you do feel the wetness of it against your skin as she's slowly, ever so slowly, just drawing onto your back, piercing in and out of your body. But this is probably the most gentle she's ever been with anyone. She's focused. But you feel it, the small of her hand pressing against the back of the back of your neck as she steadies you. Sometimes you might have to remind her to breathe because she's so focused. And
No.
the very subtle the very subtle little exhale of air out of her nose when you tell her. She at some point she leans back, puts it you see that the needle at the very end with it has sort of you're not sure, but it's lost some sheen to it. And she places it gingerly back in the box. It was only the needle. And closes it. She kind of blows softly onto your back, onto the ink to dry it. And you feel something just spread across your skin for a very quick second before you return to normal. Alright. I think that'll do it. She pulls out a dagger. And she goes, "Hey." And do you turn towards her?
Yeah, I turn towards her.
She immediately moves the dagger to stab you directly in the chest. And
I don't flinch.
You don't flinch because as she aims the dagger towards you, you see these you see the ink roll from your back onto the front of your body, hardens and stops the dagger. Ding! Good. I didn't know if that would work.
I grab her hand that's holding the dagger and brush a piece of hair behind her ear. Brooke, I don't know what love's supposed to look like. I never saw it growing up, not between my parents, not in my mother's arms or in my father's words, not even in my brother's eyes. All that I have ever known, all that I am, strength. And for so long I believed that. I believed my father's words. But they're cowards because this is the most afraid I've ever been. And then she releases Brooke's hand and removes her eye patch.
Her expression, which was always hardened, all of a sudden now at this torrent of truth coming from the heart, it softens her. And maybe for the first time now, you can really see the brightness of her eyes. Maybe a little glisten as she listens to you.
My name is Raylan Creston, and I don't know how to love, but I would like to learn with you if you'll have me. If we make it out of this alive, of course.
I don't know either. I've never had it, and I thought it would be best if I lived without it. But now that I have something to lose now. But I was told that's a good thing.
Kinda scary, right?
I'm willing to learn. Please come back.
You too. If anything happens to you, I may have embellished some of my stories, but I'm not afraid to go actually fight gods or sharks or whatever it is for you. So if anything happens to you, I'll be right behind you.
She covers her mouth. And yeah, I do the same for you. I always had it in my mind that you were some kind of spoiled rich noble kid.
Okay, well, you don't need to wound me so soon after I just but yeah, that's fair. But you see why I, had to put on the eye patch and everything? Nobody cares about stories of, spoiled rich girls. Hello?
I was the same. This is actually a little crazy because you were going to say the thing that I was going to say. I also come from a noble family.
Look at us, made for each other.
I also didn't know the love of anyone in my family.
Wow, why are rich people such assholes?
I want to punch all of them.
Oh, Sam, I have all this rage. I am constantly angry, all the fucking time. Just want to kill and bloodshed and everything. And when I became a pirate, I was shocked how little bloodshed we saw. I was like, hello? I was promised fights.
She stands on her tiptoes and she just she grabs your chin and she just guides you into a gentle kiss. And she pushes back.
Just kind of shocked.
I'll get better.
It's pretty, I don't know how it's gonna get better than that, but okay, yeah. Cool.
But for now, you're wearing some kind of elvish tradition on you. I stole this from my family.
Oh.
So,
well,
appreciate it. I thought if there was someone that I wanted to protect, I would give it to them.
Well, I'll wear it with honor. Thank you. And I take her hand, and I put the eye patch in her hand.
What are you going to do?
Who knows? Let's add more stories to the One-Eyed Jane saga. Be kind of fun.
She sighs and it's exaggerated, but you see on her face oh, what did I get myself into? But all right, Raylan, you can. Well, you told me your name. I guess I can tell you mine.
I'm sorry. Come on.
And she's gonna do that in secret. So I'm gonna DM Kendra.
Is it because I'll recognize it?
Yeah.
Wait, Jenny, do you think she's from Manera or is she from Orhandor?
Not Orhandor. I wouldn't think. Maybe Soleria.
She whispers that to you.
I wish I would be there in canon.
You just right in the corner.
Humphrey's like, I just came in this room to get something.
Or Humphrey gets stuck in every intimate moment on this ship.
I just realized this is Zachariah's room.
You wanna snoop, fuck shit up?
I would like that. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take this side. And I just start rummaging through things.
Pulls out a dagger, starts cutting up the bed sheet.
Hell yeah.
And we'll cut from that.
He's just gonna be like, wow, they got rough.
Yeah.
You have the tattoo of the Sentinel, so that means you have a +2 to your AC.
Okay.
And once per long rest, you can nullify 1 instance of damage.
Did Lorena have kids?
Thank you.
Damn. That's big.
All right. Before we head over to Humphrey and Daphne, Captain Aura and Zachariah, are two of you doing anything?
Do you want to? I have to. She's gonna send a message to the sending stone to Marzar. So if you want to do something first, Albert, I can move out.
Yeah. Daphne hasn't given me stuff yet, so she has to give me stuff before I can do any of my plan stuff. So
Okay. So do you want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Quick question. Would Aura think that it would be better? Oh, is Clarence out here
Yes, he's coming out and
after
talking to
cleaning
people.
up the after he's cleaned up the game room? She's going to walk over to him. She doesn't want to sign it because she's being very careful with information right now. But she's going to telepathically ask, "Would you prefer backup at the lighthouse? Or do you think Rinalare would be better? That's where I believe that Hiljan and Melantos are being held."
Any kind of backup would be appreciated. I'd definitely like to know the other people in this tango. What are you thinking?
She holds out the stone. "So you need backup at Afro's Harbor, yes?"
We could make an even bigger distraction.
On it. Using the sending stone, she will send the following message. "Honorable Captain, the world is in peril. Speak later. Bring all allies to lay siege to Afro's Harbor. To war we go, Marzar. Remember footsteps."
I can do only 25 words, correct? Right. Thank you, Whiskey Breeze. Hello, Captain
No,
Aura.
no, please
I
don't.
received your
Oh,
message.
God damn it.
Yes. I will give out the word. Let us lay siege to...
Well, you got the message.
You could be like, "Hey, did you hear? What did you think about my riddle? At the end of the message,
I told you.
answer.
I remember those footsteps. Remember what I told you at the end of that message?
And that's all it's Rinalare, right? That's how you pronounce it? It's Rinalare? That's how you pronounce it?
Rhinalar?
Rhinalar?
Yes.
Rhinalar. Okay. And
Also
just
a
so
name
I
now.
know, how far is it from Afro's Harbor? If I looked on a map, how far would it be?
It's so Afros Harbor is at the, of course, it's at the, the harbor, so towards the
Yep.
sea. Rhinolar is located like a few miles, like a
Great.
good few miles away.
Okay.
It like leaning more towards like a swamp, like a swampy forest area. That's
Okay,
still
great.
closer to the town proper.
Okay. Okay, what we might end up doing, and then we can cut over. I'll be done for this. That will be my end for the session. But we could end up doing, if it is a couple miles inland, we can have the Eternal Smile. We could maybe the A team could take the airship to Rinalare so that we don't have to cover too much ground. But these are things we can think about, because we do have to dock and go inland, to get to Rinalare. Okay, cool. Yep, that's it.
Okay. All right. And just to settle the thing with Zachariah real quick. Zachariah, you see kind of like Armand, like nervous, kind of like walking up to you. Hey, Zachariah.
Hey, Armand.
How are you doing, brother?
Good. Why do you look guilty?
It's just, after everything here, I still didn't get yelled at for the airship thing by
I think
Daphne.
you're fine. You're fine.
You think she's gonna be okay, right, Daphne? Is she going to
Well-
kill me?
No, I don't think she's gonna kill you. I did tell her that she knows that I was the captain at that time, so I'll probably get some of the brunt of it. Whatever. I
Wait,
did
you can
also
do that?
blame a lot of it on Hiljan. I did say that it was his idea. So
but now Hiljan's gone.
yeah, they're not gonna get angry at him, you know. So
everything's good.
I think you're fine. You're fine. You just blame it on me, and it'll be fine.
Oh, I can't do that.
No, it's all good.
You were so helpful. I couldn't.
What can I say?
Also, sorry for the battering ram thing. That was Chai's idea.
Battering ram?
When we picked up the ship, I didn't want to do it.
Oh no, that was cool. That we should do that again.
Oh, please don't tell that to Chai. He's going to get a big head.
Hey, it worked out. We took out 3 ships. Think about it.
And then you hear in the distance, huh, Chai. Just says it. He goes, damn it. I mean, dang it. Sorry, language. Well, pardon my language, but can I see your armor, if you have any? Oh.
I just looked down at my chest.
Yeah. I thought maybe you forgot to put it on.
Do you want me to? I can just take off my shirt. Do you want my shirt?
Yeah, I'll take your shirt. Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Roland's like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Jealous?
Yeah. Just sigh. Armin takes a shirt. He goes, all right, I can work on this actually. Give you an edge in the future. Yeah. Well, anyone who wears this, really. Normally I'm working with armor. I might actually destroy your shirt. You have more, right? I can give you more.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm bigger than you, though. I hope you don't mind the flowy shirts.
It's fine.
All right, cool. They're cotton. They're very soft. But I can make something where it can stabilize your vitality if you take too much damage. But it can only last... It'll only last for that day. After it goes off once, the shirt's disenchanted. It's gone.
Can you... that sounds cool. Can you do that to something else? Does it have to be a shirt?
It's something you wear. Like a ring.
Yeah. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to you. I mean, I gotta find a ring, but I've been wanting to make something for Daryl for a while, and I was hoping you could help.
I've never made a gift like that before, but I'm really happy you came to me about it. Yeah, I can do something.
Actually,
like?
I pull out and rip a page out of my journal and fold it up. I want this engraved on it. I don't know if you can make a ring. Maybe I'll find one. Maybe I can swipe one off someone here on.
I have a
deck. I don't know.
I have a jewelry. I have a jewelry box you could look at if you want.
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds great. Do you think you could put whatever that is on the ring?
Of course. Easy.
Oh, I mean that, yes, but also whatever thing you were just talking about with the...
Oh, yeah. You know what, I can. Yeah.
Perfect. I'll need it before we get to Hanlusa. At the very latest.
I can get it to you tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you, brother. You've been very kind and good. It's been a very stressful few days, if I'm being completely honest. All right. Well, you're going to go on the mainland to help Hiljan, right?
Yep. That's the plan.
I'm confident you guys are going to get them back.
Are you staying on the ship, or are you going...
Oh, I'm staying... I can't... I'm sorry.
It's good. You're in charge of flying ship thing. Got it.
All right. I'm going to get to work. Fair winds, brother. He awkwardly leaves.
And then I like look down. I'm like, oh, he took my shirt with him.
Yeah, he has your shirt. He doesn't even think about it. He's just walking away.
Oh well, I'll just go to my room and go get a new one, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Your chest follicles are present. I'm just kidding. Oh, you're going down to your room and getting them?
I'm just gonna go to my room and go get a new one. That's fine.
All right, cool. All right, we'll get to that in a bit, but we got to cut over to Daphne and to Humphrey.
I disappear next to Daphne. Like, I take the hood off. All right. Seems to be working.
Yeah. She's being very thorough, setting up. She gave her that specific way to summon her. She is, wherever she is in the room, stand directly to her right but behind. And she's obviously triple checking to make sure they're not being watched right now, but she's always doing that, so.
Okay. I'll go to the opposite of the room of Daphne, and then I'll try to, like, just erase my presence, hunker down a bit.
Go ahead and do you have a D20 with you, Kev?
No, but Albert, do the thing.
Albert, do the thing.
Albert, do the thing.
Be a deer.
Be a dear
All right,
about it.
stealth check.
With the hood up,
Advantage.
so with advantage.
Okay.
Hold on,
Got
let
it.
us add our 27 modifiers.
Does your anonymity
Anonymity?
specialty apply?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
No.
And do you have any other dice that get added to this from other features?
Nope. Not that I
Little
think of.
roguey boy. 28 is what you rolled. Oh wait, that's not at advantage. Let me roll advantage.
Just add one more.
31. is what you
Jesus.
Okay. That works.
I just hope I do okay.
Daphne, you see
You got this,
Humphrey-
Jenny.
Daphne, you see Humphrey is like, okay, I'm gone. Whoosh, and just disappears from existence.
An almost empty room. I don't know how. This is why I asked you.
You check your Facebook, and Humphrey is gone as well on there. Nothing, no account, no online presence. Okay.
She'll take the potion as long as it'll last long enough to get her through.
Mm-hmm. You take the
Then-
potion. 10 minutes.
Okay. She'll summon Delphine with the pouring the drinks.
You pour the drink. As you pour the drink, and you place it down onto the small table provided down there, a few minutes pass, and you're not entirely sure. You feel no change in the atmosphere. You keep looking around. But then you feel a sudden hue subtly take form of the surroundings, the dull gray and black of the ship, replaced by a slight tinge of like strawberry red. And you see a hand, a white gloved hand, reach over your shoulder and plucks the wine glass up from the table and carries it back. As you see Delphine in her not true form, but the form she showed you before, pale, pallid tiefling with white hair, dressed extremely nice. She sits across from you, a ever increasing smile on her face. As she sits, she holds the wine glass in one hand, kind of curls the top of her fingers over her chin. I know you'd call for me eventually.
I thought of one thing.
Must be a very important thing, dear.
She goes, if you're getting the spark, I need a lot.
Well, name your price then. But before we begin, I don't want you to go into this thinking that anything is unfair. I mean, chances are you've never made a deal with a demon before, correct?
No.
So allow me to give you some advice. You have to be very, very careful with your words. One wrong slip, if a phrase has multiple meanings, demons will take advantage of you.
Are you going to?
I wouldn't like to. I know you're a smart young woman. But I'm just telling you, be careful.
I'll get right to it then. The deal. What I want is for you to retrieve Zachariah's boyfriend, Daryl, unharmed, free of any contingencies, spells that his captor, Brando Caligaris, not his true name, but free of any of those restraints he might have placed on him. I've tried to make an opening for you to do this because I don't think it's straightforward. So, the Beholder, John, is attacking him tonight or tomorrow. I think that would be a good opportunity.
A beholder.
She nods. Because he believes Brando Caligaris is a lich.
Truly quite the web you've been spun up in. So, remind me one more time, reiterate it for me. I'm to save someone's boyfriend?
I want you to bring Daryl to me, unharmed, free of any spells that Brando might have cast on him.
Careful. Specify. Daryl, last name?
No last name. Zachariah's boyfriend, Daryl.
Better.
Internally, she's like, that's why I said it the first time, but she doesn't say it out loud. She's like,
I love that Daphne's being snarky as fuck in her head.
She's tired. She is tired of this shit.
I need him brought to me before our other ship attacks Afros Harbor.
And when's that?
When we arrive in a couple of days. But he can be brought earlier. That would be fine.
That's it?
No, that's not it. Because if you are getting what you want out of it, I know that I need to ask for more.
Oh, this is a two-parter? Things get a little bit more complicated when there's two parts to it.
I'm sure we can figure it out.
Tell me then, Daphne. What else do you want?
I want you to be unable to harm anyone that we declare as a Blackguard. If we stop declaring them to be one, then they're fair game.
Labels get a little loosey under demon courts, but thankfully you have me to honor it. This wouldn't go well with any other demon.
Specifically the Blackguards Gallery's pirate crew.
Who applies the labels? Just you?
Whoever the current captain and first mate are can.
I see. All right. Perfect. So allow me to reiterate everything. I return Zachariah's boyfriend, Daryl, who is in the captivity of Brando Calagaris. I must do it before this assault on a harbor in, say, about 2 days. And I must not harm anyone that that specific members of this pirate crew label as a part of the crew. Am I correct?
She will reiterate the parts that she was specific about before a bit, but aside from that, it's pretty close to accurate.
Let me, because I really want to help you, define return for me. You said unharmed. I know that for certain. But what is return?
To me. Bring him to me.
All right. Is he a member of the Blackguards?
She is. I'll consider him to be a member of the Blackguards.
Understood. Make a persuasion check with the added advantage.
Advantage.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it added.
Also, sorry to butt in, Tim, but Humphrey's stealth is actually 36.
Unchanged? Okay. Ah, dang it. I rolled a 32, but...
This is plus an additional 1, also because I rolled with charisma.
Yeah, roll charisma.
Nat 20 plus 20. I would rather have this for the deception check that I know is coming, but 22.
You got this, Daphne.
Nat 20.
She nods.
She is going to say 2. One more thing, but before setting it in stone, I want to know if there is anything you can do. Is there anything you can provide us that would protect against poison?
Poison. Terrible thing, really. I can grant a boon. Easy. Snap of the finger. But that's going to require a little bit more.
More than a divine spark.
Yes. We like 1-for-1s here. Sorry, that's
I
just how
wouldn't
it
call
is.
it a 1-for-1 when it's a divine spark, personally.
It's 1 divine spark. Not sparks. Spark.
I thought you valued it.
Yes, that's why I'm going to get this interfere in mortal quandaries and get this young man for you.
Because I am willing to do this out of some sort of convenience to us and our safety, but I don't want to give it to you that badly. I'm confident in my own ability to figure things out too, to figure out another solution. If this is what you're getting, then I need a lot.
Make a persuasion check again.
Okay.
Does the nat 20 carry over?
It wouldn't be fair.
It lowers
That
the
was not with
DC.
advantage.
Yeah, roll again.
Ah,
I
Jenny.
thought I still had advantage on. I was like, how is that so low? Submit. Another nat 20. 22.
Holy shit. Daphne has been divinely blessed today.
Please don't jinx it. I haven't done the big one yet.
Never
The
mind,
important one's
she's
not
fucked.
done.
She's fucked. She's fucked in so many ways. She's so fucked.
I enjoy you, Daphne. I enjoy you a great deal. Normally, I would accuse someone like you of not being astutely aware of the situation that you're in, but you've always been aware. You've been aware more than anyone. How very brave. Can I ask, why are you so hesitant on giving me the divine spark? Do you have plans for it? Anyone else?
I don't have plans for it. But You're not exactly the first person I would trust with it. I'm choosing to trust you to an extent here. Besides, I don't think my crewmates would like my decision.
But I've been sponsoring you your entire life. They should learn. I could help them. Talk to them. But we want to keep this on the down low. Alright, so a slight boon to help a few of you. Have any names?
Myself. Or, Hiljan, Iselwind. Raylan Creston.
One more.
And Humphrey. You can tell whose names I know out of character, last name, and who I don't. Sorry. Sorry, Zach. None for Zach.
I will give you a boon. It might come in the form of some seemingly freakish sort of luck, but a boon all the same. To help you with poison.
And she goes, when I have the divine spark, it'll be yours. And she looks to Humphrey. Briefly, but like trying to make it like it's just a little, just her way of speaking.
She leans in. Whose? Name.
Oh, fuck!
She goes, I'm afraid I do not know your name.
She leans up. Correct. You're right.
It'll be yours.
Make a deception
That
check
I
with
can
advantage.
guarantee.
Let's fucking go,
Okay.
Jenny! Let's fucking go!
Please, 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 please,
Oh.
please, please.
Delphine has to choose. Does she want to give her true name?
Never.
I'm gonna use one of my inspirations to reroll.
You have advantage, so
You have
That
advantage,
was
you
with
have
advantage. That was with advantage.
Ah!
Those were 2 5s.
okay.
I'm gonna use one inspiration to reroll it.
Can you check my inspiration really quick on the level up thingy?
Yes,
I
your
think there's something with deception.
Oh?
your thing is the same as mine. You can have someone re-roll I believe a stealth check.
Ah!
14, but
Let
I can
me-
add 5 to. It's 14. And I can add 5 to that.
Sleight of hand
With
or
my
stealth
other
check you
inspiration
can
point.
re-roll.
Sleight of hand or stealth check. Okay.
Yeah.
Would this
So
be considered
14
sleight of hand?
plus
I'm
5.
I'm looking to see if there's
19.
anything else
This is
that
why I was sad. I rolled 2
could
20s
use.
earlier.
No.
It's a 19 if I use both of my inspiration. I use one inspiration to reroll. I use one inspiration to add +5 with my inspiration practiced edge feature.
Okay.
But
so-
you're
And
also
that's
you're wearing the ring of mind shielding, so she can't tell.
Yeah,
magically.
14 plus 5, 19.
I'm looking through.
Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna roll
Let me close my character sheet.
insight.
Oh.
So you.
Humphrey actually rolled a 38. I just found out. So
Oh gosh.
He's.
Can I borrow some?
He doesn't
Can I
register.
borrow?
He doesn't register. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and roll insight.
Okay. Come on. Low roll, low roll, low roll. $11. Let's fucking go.
Really? Oh
11.
my
11. Let's
gosh.
fucking go. 11. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
I knew she'd have a high mod, so I was like,
That's a 8 mod. She rolled a 3 on the dice and she's at +8 fucking mod.
Hmm. We should have done this sooner. And she crests her hand towards you.
she takes it.
You feel a you feel a reverberation. And Humphrey, you do too.
Oh boy.
As she takes your hand with with the smile caressing her lips, and she takes it so gently in her white gloved hand. Her smile turns flat.
She knows. Does she know? Oh no.
How would she know?
If all the terms of the deal register in her head clearly. I didn't know if that would, though.
But she's already made it, though.
Yeah.
I return Daryl to you.
Oh, damn it.
She smiles again, unharmed. Gets up. Before 2 days are up, I'll keep to my end of the bargain. And I hope you keep to yours. Bye, darling. She spills the wine on the ground.
Mm. She's like, she did not realize that she would know immediately what she'd done. She was hoping she wouldn't know till it was all over. So, I'm glad I baked in the thing about not harming the Blackguards.
But hey, you
Oh,
want to know
gosh.
something? Props to Jenny Sherrard, everyone, for coming up with all of that off screen and executing it like brilliant, brilliant.
I threw her a curveball, and she responded beautifully.
Ran with it. She
Oh.
ran. She said, "Give me your
That
name,
was-
bitch."
That was
Daryl is the Blackguard, is part of the Blackguards.
Yo,
By
just
my
start running
decree.
around.
See, that's
need-
the thing that's gonna get. That's the thing I'm. That's yep. Okay, never mind.
No, I
You need
think
to-
that's might help him here in this case because she can't harm him after returning him.
You need to start running around and just being like, you're a Blackguard, and you're a Blackguard, and you're a Blackguard.
But
No,
I
we-
think she has to return him to me. That's what I said. So I think she's gonna do it when we're in the middle of like
We
attacking.
also have to be
or
very-
maybe she might make him take like a hit
No,
for me. Or
Also,
It
something.
has-
also out of
It has
character,
to
we
be
have to
gonna
before
be
we
the
get
boom.
there. It has to be
But
before
yeah-
we get there.
Oh, but they're attacking. Yeah, they are attacking Afro's Harper before we attack. So she can't make him be like take a Vanisher hit for me or something, and that's my poison boon.
No,
She
but
has
we
to bring him
do
back
have-
before we arrive.
We also have to be careful about who is labeled as first mate and captain too, because they're the ones that determine.
It's Coco and Squee.
Oh
So we're not-
god.
So what I'm saying is, no more joking. Well, this is out of character. No more joking
more
about
joking.
who's captain. I'm captain.
Good
who's
call.
captain? They're
Good
captain.
call.
You're captain.
I was gonna get on you about that. That's a good
And
call.
She wasn't gonna
no
tell-
more joking.
She wasn't gonna tell Aura, but now that she can tell that she knows, she's gonna. she's
I-
Also,
gonna tell
I don't
me.
want to give anything away.
Aura
but
was
good
ready
call.
to retire. Aura was ready to retire, and now she can't.
Okay.
In
So-
the second she retires.
I'm so it's like relieved, but also like because I've been waiting to do this for
It's
weeks.
so fucking good.
You're just gonna
Oh
be like,
gosh.
you're retiring, but you will forever be a Blackguard or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep,
There we go.
honorary Blackguard.
You need to
here.
tell Zach no more joking about co-captain.
Yep.
Zach, I'm not fucking around, okay?
Zach, we're not fucking around. Don't say shit.
Don't banter with me. I don't have time for bits right now.
Daryl's life is at stake.
Daryl's life is at stake.
Did Brando do something? Oh, jeez, I hate Brando. What did he do this time?
Get Humphrey where I
Cap-
know he is.
Yeah, you go get Humphrey.
And it's just Humphrey's eyes are like wide after that feeling he got in his gut when they shook hands. And
was- Humphrey was so hidden, you were looking at the wrong spot, and so you like registered someone else on the ship on the other side of the wall.
Brando.
Chai's like, I've been here the whole time, you guys. What's going on?
you felt that too, right, Daphne? When you guys shook hands.
I did. And it must
I
have
did
made the terms of the deal clear to her.
Oh gosh, I hope this works.
The way she turned. I think she knows. Which means we need to be careful.
I did want to ask this before we had the meeting, but I completely forgot because I was in awe of this cloak. We should have made like a safe word if shit goes awry that we just like jump her. Or something, to
Well, I'm glad it didn't come to that. I need to update Aura.
Okay, I'll everyone's tense. I'm going to get to cooking then. And Timmy, I'm not sure if we ever specified this, but I feel like I mentioned it and you said sure about the chef feat. Because it's not a thing in level up 5e.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll prepare some properly chef meals and I make everyone like bento boxes. Like Tupperwares.
They have like a great mechanical purpose. Yeah, these are gonna save lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
If someone could look up the ruling of chef, how much temp HP exactly, that would be lovely.
I think it's
Albert's on it.
I think it's 1d4 in your proficiency bonus. I don't know.
All right, thank you.
I think I'm not sure. Okay. Wow, today's a stressful day. Whew. As this is happening, Captain Aura, there's a you see someone come around towards your front. There's not a tap on your shoulder. Someone comes out towards your front. It's Armand.
Okay.
Yes. Captain, the pardon's ready to fly.
Thank you.
I think I should come with, just because I know how it works.
You will be stationed with Clarence's team, is what you're saying. Or us, should we decide to use it.
I'll stay on the boat, if that's okay. I don't really know how to swing a sword.
No, but you have created a wonderful thing.
Thank you.
And that's like the first glimpse of aura you've gotten for this day in a bit. And then she's, is there anything else you require of me, Armand?
That's it. Everything's ready. Jasper told me that it would take about, if we're flying, it'll take a day of straight travel to get to the Afros Harbor.
We would get there quicker than by ship.
Yes. The new Stakar will not be able to keep up, but it can get there, but it'll take some more time.
But we could... Ooh, this I did not take into account. Okay. She's going to say it could be there in one day.
Optimistically. We're just not dealing with water, which is much better for us.
Okay, out of character moment, would it be smarter to send... Because Aura's smarter than Emma. Would it be smarter to send the B team in a day early, or would it be smarter to send the recon team in? Probably... No, Humphrey... No. Clarence needs to go first. Clarence said he should go first.
The idea was for the two of you to act in tandem.
Right.
He would do that, and it would have distraction for you to do this.
Right. But this information that we can get there one day earlier.
Yeah, you could just fit everyone that you need onto the part and leave everyone.
I'm gonna leave, yeah. So we'll leave the Injusticar back, the Instacar, because I want the Eternal Smile ship to get some cred and also to use it as a cover. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna think about the one day thing. We gotta hold up, and she'll just nod and say thank you again. Or sign thank you again.
Tim, the stealth roll was actually a 39. Sorry. Keep
Can
finding
this be
things.
a running gag in this game from now on?
It's actually 50 if you look at it.
Humphrey's stealth keeps going up.
After my ending
Let's see if we can
comments,
crack that 40, baby.
I'm like, thank you all so much for watching this very special campaign. Hey, Tim, update. And Daphne, you go find Caponora.
I don't want to tell her this right now.
Later then, okay.
Oh.
She's gonna check on Aura first, probably, but somebody else can do something.
Yeah.
Kev is saying something.
For the inspiration, because, I don't know, in Humphrey's mind, they fooled her. Does that give me an inspiration point?
Yes, absolutely.
Yay!
You definitely betrayed her.
You definitely earned that. Yeah, that's definitely fulfilling your...
That happened.
I don't
Oh,
tracking them, but I'll just write it down. Did you
I
already
had one
have
before, so
Okay.
now I have 2.
All right.
I can stack them, right?
I will mark 2.
Yeah, you can stack.
Would
Okay,
would
perfect.
getting a girlfriend count as a personal milestone? Can I?
It's coming of age. It's coming of
It's
age.
coming
I
of
think
age.
so. I think so.
Absolutely.
Fine.
We're all
Yes!
like, wait, yes!
Mine's so straightforward. I just have to roll a nat 1.
Oh my gosh, that's
Daphne,
so
you
easy.
get one too.
Yeah.
Freaking... Whatever. I'm a mean DM. Anyways.
I have 1 too.
The meanest.
Yeah, you can have one too, Zachariah.
Yay!
No!
I'm so scared Daryl's gonna die because of this. And I am kind of scared about Humphrey because Humphrey's gonna get targeted because he's the one I'm supposed to give the spark to if I get it.
There's a lot gonna happen, but
But-
we'll get there when we get there.
So she can't
There's no
hurt
love
him, right?
interest, there's
she
no
can't
backstory.
hurt him, but somebody else could.
Okay, so just real quick, just hand waving a few more things. Zachariah, you get to your room, you are accosted and then kidnapped and then tied up and then
Okay.
yeah, and threatened to get beaten up. But then Clarence walks in. What's going on here? Everything is resolved. Just because I need to speed things up, just to get this to a good
Were
ending
they-
point, because I think
were they
someone's leaving in a
already
few
there?
minutes.
Have they left already?
Who has to
Or
leave, Jenny?
Oh no, Victor doesn't have to leave till 2
5.
same time as me now.
Okay, we can be a little bit more loosey goosey. But still fast.
Still
a little
hurry,
bit.
yeah.
Go fast, go fast.
As much as I'd love to play out the scene of One-Eye Jane and Brooke just beating up
You got shit to do.
no, I mean if I hear them in my room, Zach would just assume that they're doing something and be like, okay.
yeah, you hear like
No.
things ripping up and like No, I mean like they might be tearing up your things.
No, it's
Like,
great because Zach would not go in.
No, Zach's not going in. He's just going to assume that they're doing something. He's gonna be like, huh.
They are vandalizing your
Daryl.
property maybe. What did you forget?
And then I'm gonna just turn and let them have their fun.
I just realized what I said.
It works, Tim. It works.
Listen, Zach has all the stuff he cares about on him, so whatever the fuck they're doing in there,
Have fun in the room.
Have fun, ladies.
Dark times are upon us. Gosh. Oh gosh. What am I doing?
Oh,
I need to
also-
get back on track.
Real quick speed through as well. Aura would definitely pull the remaining because I know the crew's freaked out, especially, and we can't get moving until people got their shit together. So she would give her own, another rally speech, kind of mechanical. But basically, what she's trying to do is she's trying to get everyone organized, everyone back under a common goal, and just get folks ready to move.
All right. And we normally don't play like this, but because of the constraints, so Jasper's gonna stay on the Instacart to man it and bring it to the harbor. But you guys and the B team are gonna go on the flying ship to go ahead and do your thing, right?
Yeah, and also I'd like the Eternal Smile ship to be one that's sent in to help cause a distraction as well. So it'd be the Eternal Smile and Mars are technically would be both preventing distraction. Yeah.
All right. So, and you want to go as soon as possible.
Well, I'm not sure. This is actually something she would talk with a group of people. She wouldn't make this decision on her own. Because would it be better to get the element of surprise, or would it be better as an all onslaught of having everyone go at the same time? It's also Emma out of character. Which one?
I think everything at once. If we can get because it sounded like Marzar was calling in more help than just the Rustnauts. So if we can get an entire battle going on,
hit all at once, just hope. But actually, you know what? One of the lessons, I'm reading up on wartime strategy, is to hold until the last. Yeah, this is what Emma's doing in her spare time. Hold until the last moment, so Aura would know to wait until they have all the pieces to move, so she wouldn't, unless the DM or the narrator has an insightful role that would inform me of something else.
I think it's gonna do it first because you could prepare too. You don't exactly know the surroundings and the things at hand.
I feel like they're not gonna expect us to show up with an entire army, or a flying ship. Well, maybe the flying ship. Nelly might have told them about that, but
fucking Nelly.
But at least I don't think they were expecting an entire army.
But yeah, there's some things to do beforehand before you can commit to rescue. There's House Castell, there's House Creston.
Right.
So if
the scribe message.
Yeah, we can still message my brother.
Jasper is also, I think, wrote out a map, right?
Yeah.
Of the harbor.
Yeah, everything. Okay, so getting things all nice and ready, so we can pick up at a good time when we start next session.
Yep.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
The treats that I cooked for everyone. They're special. Everyone gets their own treat. For Aura, there is the finalized version of those little juice-filled mochi balls that you can chew on that splash into juice so it isn't too sticky. For Zachariah, it's a donut because it has a hole in the middle. And for
finds that hilarious.
For Jane, it's like an eclair that looks like, instead of chocolate on top, it's like a minty kind of thing. So it looks like a small river, because another word for small river is like a brook, I think. That's what I googled. It's the meaning.
Okay. Kev, I don't ever want Humphrey in game to say, I don't really bring much ever fucking get.
Humphrey can have 5 inspiration points. I don't care.
And for Daphne, it's like a tiny star-shaped candy, which is basically like a center shocker, if you guys know that, like a really sour.
Oh, okay.
Really sour, little star-shaped thingy
So
with
Daphne be like,
I don't want to fucking kill you guys.
You're not gonna, because
we're so cute.
Because we're gonna bring our A game.
Stop it.
You can't see me.
You can't see Humphrey.
I'm just not there.
I'm gonna keep checking the sheet to see if there's anything else I missed.
I was gonna say, is there anything else we have to get through? Other than Daphne talking to Aura.
Yoga.
Worse than talking to Delphine.
Worse than talking to Delphine.
This is all still the same day, so we have it. It's not the next day yet.
Oh, were you guys supposed to shoot a message to Hiljan?
We got to send the message to the Jane's brother.
Yeah, just to see if we can get any more intel.
Because we weren't sure if Hiljan needs a message right now. Because
that's right.
Yeah,
we were going to do that
tomorrow.
Let's get that information.
Yeah. Yeah, you need me for that, so maybe she'll delay the talking to Aura temporarily.
Convenient. How convenient.
Oh yeah, the snacks are also only last for 8 hours, so I gave them to you on the day that shit goes down.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep in
Put it
mind.
away.
Got it.
We'll
Got
keep
it.
in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely. Oh gosh, I love you guys so much. Sorry for
So what I said,
torturing you, Victor.
I find them again, and
Mhm.
if I find One-Eyed Jane again,
Yeah, I'm
that
done
she
crushing.
goes, do you have your questions? I
Yeah,
can cast
yeah.
the spell now. She's
Okay, we need-
like laser focused right now.
I stand up a little bit straighter. Okay. Yeah, we need. Do you scry and message, or I don't know.
We need Roland.
Okay.
And Roland needs to cast his spell as soon as he sees that I'm watching your brother. Well, if there's nobody around, then she can say brother.
Okay, Roland, are you ready for this message?
All right, let's do it.
Okay, you need to say with a lot of like a middle ground of like, I love you, but I'll also fucking kill you. Okay, you really need to
casting
convey
that
that when
spell.
you're
Got
sending
it.
this. Okay. Okay. Adio, brother. There is strength and hope. Help me make things right. I'm going to scry on you. Tell me everything you know. Or else.
You want the OS in there?
Yes.
Got it.
Do you think you should specify everything you know about anything specifically? Or do you think he'll be too confused to talk?
I think he's smart enough to know that our family is probably getting into shit that they probably shouldn't be.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure he probably has heard that I'm a buyer right now, so maybe he hasn't. Okay, scratch off the or else. We're Xing that
All right.
and say one-eyed is hyphen, so one-eyed chain. Maybe then he'll connect the dots, or okay.
Whatever you think.
Why don't you say it in
I
your
don't
voice?
know him, you do.
Well, you can do that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so scratch the... So tell me
really-
everything you know.
Tell me everything you know, and it's in your voice exactly.
That's makes me uncomfortable, but well, that's not important right now. Okay, so I'm going to scroll on you. Tell me everything you know about war, Crustins, Lighthouse. Like, is there a specific thing that we really should be narrowing on?
All of that? I'll formulate it. I can formulate.
Okay, yeah, I trust you. Just that's the gist.
You guys can also send a second message while the scrying is already happening. To be like,
If we
talk
need
about
to.
this. Clarity.
Okay.
I'm not there, but I helped you figure stuff out with your writing, so.
She starts casting the scrying. Roland should be able to tell when she can see.
Give me 1 second. All right. So you begin to scry as Roland formulates it. So this is to Mikhail, correct? Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, Mikhail.
Mikhail, got it.
And you have the sword.
Yeah, and I'm channeling with the sword.
Yes.
With my blood on it.
And your blood, yeah.
Give me 1 moment to grab something. Yeah, okay, there we go. Your vision, your scry comes through. And you see a young man, a very kind face, but it does have a sort of relation. It does have a similarity to it, to One-Eyed Jane, but of course, where One-Eyed Jane's ruggedness is replaced with formality and gosh, I forgot the word, but formality and just nice and nicely dressed. He's currently tying like a tie and like looking at himself in the mirror. You see that you are currently in what seems to be like a very nice room with stonework and a very large canvased bed, and such. And this young man has a sword. Has a sword on his hip. And he just lets in a deep breath and out as he looks at himself in the mirror. He seems to be dressed for like ceremony, formal. There's a knock on the door.
She holds up her finger to be like, wait. He's speaking to someone.
Yes, come in. Mikhail. The door opens, and you see a man dressed in lordly regalia, robes, of course, bearing the sigil of the of House Creston, which is very similar to the shape that was in One-Eyed Jane's eye. Walks into the room. This man is on the older side, with faded faded hair, kind of like pushed in skin. He's old. He walks in, looking towards Mikhail. You see Mikhail immediately like turns towards him, standing straight up, stiff, like almost at attention. And you see Mikhail goes, Father. Goes, you don't have to bring your heels together, boy. I'm your father, not your general. Sorry, of course. He kind of like looks at him before he walks up to him, and you see he starts like the father seems to be like dusting off like lint and parts on his suit, and adjusting his tie. Sorry, Father, I thought I had that. Says, are you ready for your responsibility for what's ahead? Of course I'm ready, Father. Say that again, but look me in the eye and say it with conviction. Look me in the eye, boy. As Mikhail looks up and looks him in the eye, he goes, I'm before you finish. Just know that I'm not doing this. It's not a punishment. It's a responsibility. You're going to be doing this many more times in the future. Because there is going to be a time where I am not able to swing a sword anymore, and you are going to have to fight all of my enemies. Understood? Yes, sir. You have to be a man. I need you. Just the man I need you to be. I don't want it tomorrow. I don't want it 2 days from now. I want it now. Understood? Yes, Father. Yes. Good. Father, it's the only thing that I am worried about. You're worried? This is not the foundation on which Lord Boreas stands on. He's a rather popular lord in a rather affluent region. I wouldn't want to anger any of them, or to be unpopular. And you see the father leans in. Goes, you are a lion, Mikhail. A lion does not concern themselves with the opinions of sheep. I'm ready, Father. Good. I'll give you the family sword should arrive here tomorrow. You're going to be using that to take his head. In 3 days. Of course, Father. And Rickard just places a hand on his shoulder. Kind of like wipes off some more things on his shoulder. And he goes, I need you to be better. Turns around and walks out of the room. You see you see servants are waiting by the door, and as he leaves the room, the servants lean in and close the door. And Mikhail sighs. He's alone now.
While scrying, I say out loud to them, Mikhail is executing Aura's father in 3 days.
Dad.
He's alone now. If you still have questions, does that change anything? I don't have as much time now.
I don't know what to do. Mikhail, I wish I could say I trust any of my brothers, but
He doesn't want
the
to
only
do
thing
it.
I can trust, is my father will always get his way. Just instead of tell me message him basically the same thing, but do we tell him we're coming? Okay, just message him that there's still time to make things right. And tell us what you can.
All right.
I do not want to meet on the battlefield.
And he sends it. You see Mikhail looking in the mirror again. All of a sudden gets the pink, and he jumps. His chest leaps. Ray? Ray, what are you saying? He's holding like a hand up to his temple. He says, Ray, where are you? What did you mean in that note? I need to see you again. We're here at Afros Harbor for a ceremony. Lelanto's Lord Boreas was found for treason, and my father was the one who brought forth the accusations. He's having me swing the sword because I haven't been doing well enough. We received a note. Father received a note from someone he sent to capture you. You wrote it, didn't you? I don't want anything to happen to you. Hello? Ray?
Is Daphne telling me any of this while you're scrying or no?
She communicates it.
Okay. This is like the most fear you've seen in her eyes, because she doesn't have her eye patch anymore, by the way. And she just kind of like grabs onto Roland and just one more message, please. Just tell him I love him and I'm coming. I'll save him.
Roland sends it. And then Mikhail gets the ping. Please don't. So many people are here. You don't have to save me. I'm your big brother. Just keep doing what makes you happy. I hope you can hear me. Please.
Tell one-eyed Jane.
Thank you. I hope that was helpful.
It was.
I'm gonna need to rest up to send more.
Thank you, Roland.
Thanks, Roland.
Here, I'm gonna do it right now. We got a lot to say. We're heading on the pardon, right? Alright, well, I'm on Clarence's team, so... we have a few more of these.
Good.
Alright. Because I have one more scene in mind, can I go ahead and assume that everyone's getting onto the pardon?
Yes.
Yes.
Jasper is staying back on the in-use card to man it, but he does tell you to when he gives you a note, Aura, about his contact location. It has a safe house there.
Okay.
I'll give that information later.
Okay.
Just someone you can meet to be safe.
Great.
As you leave, I begin to chart your course and sail your way towards Afros Harbor to finally come face to face with the center of your uncertainty. As the ship takes flight all the way in high into the air. A day passes. We will figure out what happened in that day later. But for now, Hiljan, you are at 5 hit points. And you have 2 points of exhaustion. you have been given attention to the umpteenth degree by this one cruel man whom has never told you his name. In these gasps of breath in between, you continue to reason with Estelar. But seemingly your words go nowhere. Your inner clock is amazing, though. It's been a day. You don't know how long your friends are going to get here. You don't know if you're going to get saved. But they don't want information from you. They just want to be cruel. They want you to be hurt. But nonetheless, you remain staunch and fortitudinous. And hanging on to that thought, a technique to withstand torture is to focus on something that you want to go back to, or focus on something that you love and that you wish to endure towards. And of course, Captain Aura has always been on your mind. Because it would be a terrible thing. It would be a terrible thing to do this to her if you died. On the cusp of the second day, Estelar has been watching over you, standing with you within this room for the entire day. Not a single word. The man who has been tending to you, placing cuts onto your body, attempting to destroy your will inside and out. The door opens. He enters. A crooked smile once more. Good morning, Hiljan. Did you have a good sleep? As he walks in, he closes the door behind him. He goes, all right. Well, putting down the mat again. Says, I didn't get to tend to your... I've been favoring your left side for the past few hours. I can see if I can complete the trifecta and really complete my whole canvas here. All right. Now, open wide. As he moves in to grab your mouth,
No!
a slash, a sudden shine of silver.
Is that our contact?
Blood spills onto the ground as he just grabs his neck.
I think it's the elf guy.
And falls to his knees. Effectiveness, as he doesn't allow him to suffer, as he's just kind of like holding onto his neck, is trying to push back the geyser of blood. The Vanisher, Estelar, in the room, shoves the dagger directly into his throat, completely silencing him. And he just, as he dies on the ground, completely becoming a puddle on the ground, you see the Vanisher that was once silently looking over everything, just silently look down. The dagger is dropped, and his hand is shaking.
Hiljan is going to look up, noticing the hand. Look at me, Stellar. Look at me. And then Hiljan, in Elvish, sings to him a song, a chant that they used to sing when they were doing the guerrilla warfare. Something that will go something along the lines of the crimson leaves, that once they fall upon the earth, they will regrow. A tree shall merge.
He reaches up and takes his mask off.
Yeah.
It just kind of falls off his hand. And he looks at you, blinking, just trying to make sense of the world around him. As he as he bends down to pick up the dagger. And he walks over to you.
I'm back home.
And he cuts the leather straps, freeing your arms. And he looks at you, he goes, "They broke me, brother. But they're not going to break you." And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Oh my gosh. Victor!
Well, there's one thing we don't have to do now.
I was like, yo,
Episode
what
had
dead?
Checklist.
This episode had everything. It had drama. It had love. It had tomfoolery. It had dark dealings.
Had good snacks.
We had good
And
snacks.
good snacks. Every good game has good snacks.
Oh,
Good snacks are a
God.
must.
Nara
What's the
awaits.
music? Yeah, but with Wenfeld dead.
Just saying,
Not
because I
Wenfeld.
can only do
Wenfeld.
4.
That was the torturer dude.
Oh, damn it. Fuck.
Yeah, Wenfeld's going to take a little bit more than that.
Damn it. I was like, how did he die that easy? It's the torturer. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, that was the torture. But yeah, Hiljan's free.
We joked about it that we're gonna show up and everything's already handled.
Yay.
I said it.
Two
I
points
called
of
it.
exhaustion,
You are at
though,
5
and
hit
5
points and 2
Yeah.
points
Oh.
of exhaustion.
I don't think exhaustion is in advanced level up 5e, right? It's fatigue.
What is
Right.
up with the light, Tim?
Oh my gosh.
I don't see anything.
All right, guys, that's the end of today's stream.
That's what Humphrey
Yay.
looks like if you look close enough.
You know what Humphrey looks like when you look close enough?
Go, Blackguard Gallery.
The reason Cav didn't have a video on this entire time is because he was being in character.
He was invisible.
Method acting. Yeah.
If we can't see him in game, nobody gets to see him.
No.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, we'll see you next week. Have a good one.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cheers.